K-pop is now a global phenomenon, but it didn't happen overnight. Behind the worldwide success are trailblazing groups that dared to challenge the system, redefine the rules, and leave a lasting legacy. Today, we're diving into the story of three groups that didn't just follow the trends, they created them. Big Bang, the cultural game changer. BTS, the global powerhouse. And GOT7, the group that took control their own future. This is the story of how they changed the K-pop industry forever. Part 1. Big Bang, the culture changers. Before K-pop had global recognition, before stadiums sold out in seconds, before Idol meant global artist, there was Big Bang. Debuting in 2006 under YG Entertainment, Big Bang didn't just join the K-pop industry, they reshaped it from the inside. At the heart of the group was G-Dragon, an artist, not just an idol. As the main producer and songwriter, he shaped Big Bang's entire sound. Penning era-defining hits like Lies, Haru Haru, Fantastic Baby, and Bang 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 blurred the line between idol and artist long before it became the norm. Their music was loud, genre-defying, and personal. They blended hip-hop, R&B, EDM, and rock, not because it was trendy, but because it was them. Big Bang didn't follow the system. They made their own rules. Image, unapologetically bold. While most idols wore what they were told, Big Bang set the trends, turning every outfit into a fashion statement, every stage into a runway. They made being different into the ultimate cool. They also revolutionized fandom culture. Before anyone else, Big Bang introduced the concept of an official light stick, a glowing yellow crown, designed by G-Dragon himself, who wanted a way to see how many fans were VIPs during performances. Today, every major K-pop group has one, but it all started with Big Bang. Then came the global era. Years before the K-pop explosion, Big Bang was already headlining arena tours across Asia, Europe, and North America. Their Made World Tour became one of the highest-grossing K-pop tours of all time, earning over $100 million and proving that Korean artists could dominate the international stage. They didn't just open the door, they broke it. But after years of silence, military service, scandals, and public controversy, many thought Big Bang's legacy had faded. Then came 2020, for without warning, they returned to the Mama Awards stage. No teasers, no hype, just presence and power. Big Bang didn't come back to prove anything. They came back to remind the world the crown never left. They will always be the kings, the idols of idols. Part 2. BTS, the global phenomenon. Big Bang lit the fire. They proved idols could be true artists, writing their own music, shaping their own image. Then BTS turned that spark into a global flame. Big Bang broke the system from the inside. BTS started outside the system, no major company, no early hype, just 7 boys, armed with lyrics, grit, and a dream. When BTS debuted in 2013 under the relatively small label Big Hit Entertainment, no one expected they would become the face of K-pop around the world. But BTS didn't just gain popularity. They built a movement. While many idol groups followed tightly controlled images, BTS stood out by being brutally honest. They spoke openly about mental health, societal pressure, and the struggle to love oneself. Topics most idols were told to avoid.
You wish you were dead. I was the same too, once. I don't know what you're doing, like where you're from and what's your age, but just believe me, life is really fun. It is worth living. It is worth living. What do I do when I feel lost and lonely? It's really hard to, the only answer is just to enjoy the calmness and just try to be like friend with my own self, because nobody can save you, except you.
And they didn't just perform songs, they created them. Members like Suga, J-Hope, and later Jungkook took the reins behind the scenes, writing and producing much of BTS's music. From rebellious beginnings with No More Dream, to emotional masterpieces like Spring Day, to chart-topping global hits like Dynamite and Butter, BTS's discography became a timeline of their growth, both as artists and as young men growing up in the spotlight. And the world listened. BTS didn't just win awards, they redefined what was possible for a Korean act on the global stage. In 2017, BTS became the first Korean group to perform at the American Music Awards, setting off a series of unforgettable stages from the Billboard Music Awards to Saturday Night Live. To the Grammys, where they performed not once, but multiple times, proving their place among global icons. They've won 9 American Music Awards, including the groundbreaking Artist of the Year in 2021, a first for any Asian artist. They claimed 12 Billboard Music Awards, winning Top Duo Group and dominating Top Social Artist for 6 straight years. They added 6 MTV VMA letters and even a People's Choice Award for the Group of the Year. Their Grammy nomination for Dynamite wasn't just about recognition, it was proof that a Korean language act could rise to the highest level of the global music industry. In total, BTS has won over 450 awards worldwide, not just for music, but for influence, philanthropy, and cultural impact. And offstage, their impact only deepened. Their 2018 partnership with UNICEF launched the Love Myself campaign, followed by a speech at the United Nations, encouraging youth to speak yourself.
Love Yourself albums and launching the Love Myself campaign, we started to hear remarkable stories from our fans all over the world, how our message helped them overcome their hardships in life and start loving themselves. Those stories constantly remind us of our responsibility. So, let's take all one more step. We have learned to love ourselves. So now I urge you to speak yourself.
Later, they were invited to the White House, where they addressed anti-Asian hate and youth empowerment.
Suga said it's not wrong to be different. I think equality begins when we open up and embrace all of our differences. V said everyone has their own history. We hope today is one step forward to respecting and understanding each and every one as a valuable person.
No K-pop group before had ever reached such a level of global presence, not just as performers, but as leaders. Like many third-generation idols, BTS embraced direct communication with fans through vlogs, live streams, and behind-the-scenes content. But what made BTS stand out was how they turned that connection into a movement. Their social media presence wasn't just fan service, it became part of their identity as artists. They didn't just post, they shared their struggles, their growth, and their everyday lives. Other groups had done it, but BTS brought it to a global level. They weren't just building a fandom, they were building trust. This bond helped shape ARMY into one of the most passionate and organized fan bases the world had ever seen. Through fearless storytelling, groundbreaking performances, and record-breaking awards, BTS helped redefine what K-pop could achieve on the global stage. From a group many believed would disband early to a name that rewrote the future of K-pop. Part 3: GOT7, the group that broke the system. If BigBang rewrote the sound of K-pop, and BTS shattered global barriers with authenticity and heart, then GOT7's story is about something just as powerful: breaking free from the system altogether. Unlike BigBang and BTS, who rose from small companies and fought their way up, GOT7 debuted in 2014 under JYP Entertainment, one of the big 3 K-pop powerhouses. Expectations were high, with 7 members from Korea, Hong Kong, Thailand, and the US. GOT7 weren't just a boy group, they were a global force from the start. Their diverse backgrounds gave them a cross-cultural edge that few groups had at the time. And on stage, they were unforgettable. GOT7 introduced martial arts tricking into their choreography, performing flips, fins, and high-flying moves that became their signature. Their charisma, energy, and international appeal earned them a global following early on, especially in Southeast Asia, Latin America, and the US, where they built passionate fan bases. Ahgase. But behind the flashy performances and rising fame, GOT7 faced limitations that would shadow their career, and like other JYP groups like Twice or Stray Kids, who were backed with elaborate teasers, concept trailers, and consistent promotional pushes, GOT7 often had to work with minimal support. Despite having members like JB, Jackson, Jinyoung and Youngja, who were passionate and capable of writing and producing, they weren't given creative control early on. JB once revealed their self-composed tracks were rejected in under 10 seconds, with the excuse, "This doesn't sound like GOT7's style." As time went on, GOT7 gradually earned a little creative freedom. Members began contributing more to their music, with songs like Page and Poison standing out for their depth and personal touch. But these were buried as B-sides. The title tracks were still chosen by the company, aiming for broader commercial appeal, rarely reflecting the group's true sound. While GOT7 continued to bring in revenue, it seemed JYP didn't want to invest back in them. Their promotional budgets shrank, comebacks lacked proper build-up, fans noticed and so did the industry. Everyone knew the truth, GOT7 was making money, but the company had already moved on.
비공개 이거는 외부 일이기 때문에.
네네.
근데 그냥 제가 좀 돌려서 얘기를 이거 해주면
잠깐만 얘기할 때 혹시 뱀뱀만 나올 수 있어요? 저 안 나오게.
일단 원래 옛날 회사에서는 그 사장님이 저희랑 그래도 어느 정도는 친했어요. 네, 그냥 어느 정도 아직 선이 있는 정도.
네네.
네. 근데 신사옥을 이사하고 나서부터 갑자기 너무 잘해주시는 거예요.
아, 지정 씨가.
그래서 잘해준 이유가 있겠죠.
이거 확실히.
You know what I'm saying?
By their last album under JYP, the neglect became impossible to ignore. There were no teasers, no proper concept photos, just a vague, meaningless background image with no trace of the members. A comeback that should have been celebrated felt more like an afterthought. Frustrated and heartbroken, fans took action, sending protest trucks to JYP's building, demanding better treatment for GOT7, but their pleas were met with silence. It was clear the company had given up on GOT7, and soon, the group made a bold decision. In January 2021, all 7 members left JYP together. Not 1, not 2, all 7. Just 1 month later, they released the music video for their song Encore, a heartfelt promise to their fans that this wasn't an ending, but a new beginning. They wanted everyone to know that GOT7 was not over. But the skepticism was deafening. With 7 members now at 7 different agencies, how could a group possibly stay together? The history of K-pop was full of groups who had failed at this very moment.
We gotta be real here. It's not gonna happen, right? I will chop off my balls if that happens.
뭐 갓세븐 해체네 안 해체네 뭐 해체 아니네 공식적으로 말하는데 갓세븐 해체 아니에요. 예. 누가 도대체 자꾸 해체라고 얘기를 하고 그러는지 모르겠어요. 누가 갓세븐 해체 안 합니다.
Since the group has kind of gone their separate ways. Everything.
We never disband.
If GOT7 disband, no.
Go long run, but you know, some guys are they're going their different ways too.
Oh, but
right?
trust me, we go wrong one for real. Like when we need to get back together, we always they always fly back to Korea. By the way. So
When a K-pop group's contract ends, their future is uncertain. Some groups, like For Minute and CLC, simply disbanded, with members going their separate ways. Others faced a different challenge, rebranding. The group formerly known as Beast had to change their name to Highlight after leaving their company. This was a hard-fought change, but one that ultimately proved temporary. After 8 years, the members of Highlight were finally able to reclaim the name Beast. But GOT7 refused to follow that path. They made the ultimate power move. Leader JB secured the full trademark rights to the name GOT7, its music, and its legacy. He put the group's future directly into the hands of the members themselves.
일단은 팬분들한테 정말 저희를 믿고 기다려줘서 정말 너무 고맙다라는 얘기를 항상 하고 싶고, 그리고 제가 리더인 만큼 갓세븐이 멈추는 일은 없을 거예요. 네, 너무 걱정 마세요.
ended their victory with a 2022 self-titled album GOT7, winning the Worldwide Fans' Choice Top 10 Award at the MOM Awards.
Worldwide Fans' Choice GOT7.
Their journey of success continued with their 2025 comeback mini-album, Winterhaptagen, followed by their highly anticipated Nestfest concerts in Korea and a jaw-dropping to sold-out shows in Thailand, and for an audience of over 85,000 fans. GOT7 proved that a group's power is not in a company's contract, but in the unbreakable bond of its members. From BigBang to BTS to GOT7, these aren't just K-pop groups, they're trendsetters who changed the game. Through struggles, doubts, and industry limits, they kept creating, kept fighting, and stayed true to their fans. This is more than music, it's legacy, it's impact. This is the power of true artists.